Hey, what is going on, guys? This is the SS Ultimate Goku back with another video to do my Batman Cape Crusaders episode 9 review. So so this episode 9 basically continues on the aftermath of the end of episode 8, which has Harvey Dent basically dreaming of winning the Meryl bit and winning it. But then he kind of has basically, the dream basically ends where people are just looking at his face, even though his face isn't there yet. And he basically wakes up in his bed where, half of his face is basically, bandaged up or whatever. Reality of it, obviously, is that he didn't win. And because of this, he kind of goes through a, tough, tough time, basically. He's not good. He's not in, good condition. He's having a lot of, issues, where he's, not thinking rationally. He's, he believes that there's another half, the half of, his disfigured face is like giving him voices and stuff like that. So that's what's going on with Harvey Dent. Bruce Wayne eventually comes to try and help him and have him, go out to have a dinner with them, so, he can just be out in the community again because people want to see him. Meanwhile, the police are trying to figure out what happened to Harvey Dent. They're investigating. The mayor, even though he was opponent rivals with him, is like, you got to find out who did this. Harvey Dent leaves being the district attorney, so he appoints a new district attorney. So the mayor appoints a new district attorney, but Dent is going through this whole, outburst in the restaurant when Bruce Wayne is trying to cheer him up and try to, figure out who did this to him, because he claims he doesn't know who did this to him, which he does know who did it to him. Dent isn't paranoid. He's like saying, like, I want to take this person out, even though they're good friends with him. It's just not a good night for Dent. Dent eventually leaves the restaurant, just very upset. Alfred basically talks to Bruce Wayne that he used poor attempt to, help Harvey Dent, and it was not the right approach. But Batman wants to find out who, did this to Harvey Dent. Then we basically see Harvey Dent go through this whole thing where, he saves a guy who's being attacked by a thief, but, he basically does the coin flip thing. I actually should say before he left the restaurant, he did reveal his face to everybody and then left upset. And then when he helped a guy who was being attacked by a thief, he basically then, started the coin flip thing, and the guy who he saved was like, no, don't do this. And he's like, fine, I won't do it, but he needs to be taught a lesson. So he shoots him in the kneecap, one of his kneecaps, and the guy basically tells Detective Montoy, as well as Commissioner Gordon, basically, it was this guy that looked like a freak, and they're like, well, think it's Harvey Dent, and so they basically have to go and look for Harvey Dent. Detective Montoya is basically going in there and, checking where he is. He's not at his house, but it's all scattered with stuff. So I'm not really finding anything. However, then Harvey Dent decides to, take justice in his own hand. He's taken out a bunch of people. He's threatening people because he wants to find Tony, who was the guy who took him out or gave him the half face or whatever. So he wants to take him out. He actually goes to he eventually goes to the girlfriend's house or ex-girlfriend's apartment and actually breaks the door down, asks for, who did it. Apparently he'd given her cash to basically, tell on her ex who was in a safe house. He goes to the safe house, takes out the two people while they were, gambling or whatever in the card game. Takes those two guys out with the gun. And then, what's it called? Then Harvey Dent basically just ties up Tony and, uses the rope and then uses a match, and you can pretty much figure out what happens. He sets the whole building on fire. So that was Harvey Dent. And then after that, he goes after the big guy. The big guy in all this for the group. When he big guy Thorns. So you go into his mansion. Two of his guys were basically running through the car, which the car didn't stop, and that was crashed right through his mansion. He has all these guards prepared, but he has the lights off, and he's basically able to outsmart all these guards with his his pointer thing, taking them out, and then he threatens to basically take out Thorn. His son intervenes because his son was there because they were, watching a baseball game. And he's like, "All right, you wanna die too? Well, okay, it's a 2-for-1." And then Batman intervenes. Batman takes him out. Harvey Dent out. This is how Thorn and his son are able to get away. And this then leads to basically Harvey Dent basically realizes the error of his ways, that he basically tells Batman that he needs to be locked up because he can't control the other half. And so because of this, he is arrested and is in Arkham Asylum. And basically then, at the end of the episode, we see then after that a police officer basically says that Harvey Dent, while he's sitting in jail, is that his lawyer is here. And Harvey Dent says, "I don't have a lawyer." And then a couple seconds later, we see Barbara Gordon is there and has been signed on to become his lawyer. And that's how the episode ends. Very, very basic. I like I like that this kind of episode continued on to where episode 8 was. It happened 2 weeks after the events of the end of the circus episode. Um, I liked that, there was a kind of a continuation. It kind of seems a lot of these episodes have been one-offs with some elements of continuation to them. One of the biggest things that I think they're kind of lacking in this season, but also I think a lot of the episodes were just kind of out of order. They kind of, I think, like I said episode 4 should have been episode 1 or 2. But I do like that they kind of focused on a specific plot and continued on with it. And I hope they kind of do that in episode 10 as well. You know, that's kind of what I'm hoping for. I like this episode. This is a good episode. But I am intrigued to see what the final episode is going to be, if they continue on with this, or if they're just going to do another one-off with another villain. But yeah, that is how the episode ends. Bruce, I should also say Batman also does wonder if that, he put Harvey Dent on this path by visiting him. So there's some kind of regret on Batman's part as well in this episode. But yeah, I did like how they handled this episode. It was kind of a very good episode to kind of show the whole thing that Harvey Dent goes through, as well as really kind of the mental trauma of being disfigured the way he was. I mean, this takes place, and I believe this takes place in like the 50s or the 60s. So, obviously it was a much different time back then, than what it is today. So you can understand what they were going for with this specific episode. So I thought this was a good episode. I thought they got to the point. And yeah, that's how it ends. And obviously there is one more episode that I have to watch and review for the end of this season, and then I'll have to wait until the next season, which obviously I don't know when that will be, but it's already been a while, though, since the first season came out. So we'll see what happens. But nonetheless, make sure to comment, rate, like for my reviews. Please subscribe, hit the notification bell for the latest contents. Thank you. That's what, guys. I am the SS Ultimate Goku. I'm out of here. Peace. Also, make sure, besides my YouTube channel, to follow me on the Twitch, the Instagram, all same name. Also, I do Discord link in the description. I discuss various topics, including this one here. So make sure to check that out. And now I'm out. Peace.